Good evening, everybody. I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be with me tonight. Let me start by posing a question to you all. What comes to mind when you think of a lawyer? Do you think of a sharp-dressed professional? Do you think of someone driving a fancy car to a fancy corner office? Or maybe you think of someone that's willing to do whatever it takes to get ahead in a court case. If you're like me, you might be thinking of Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. But what these TV shows and movies often don't depict is the meaningful impact a lawyer can make every single day they go to work. My name is Alex Christopoulos, and I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in pre-law at the Liberty University, with the goal of moving on to law school and becoming a lawyer to make a meaningful impact in my community by demonstrating empathy and compassion, which are two values that have been instilled in me since a young child. Lawyers can make a meaningful impact in their community by demonstrating empathy, compassion, and by ensuring equal protection under the law for everyone they encounter. 3 ways that they can demonstrate empathy, compassion, and make that meaningful impact are becoming leaders within their community and championing human and civil rights issues. They can be faithful officers of the court, ensuring equal protection under the law for everyone that they work with, and also by donating their time or engaging in pro bono work. The first point I'd like to get into tonight is how lawyers can be leaders within their community. Lawyers often find themselves thrusted into the forefront of civil rights and human issues in this country. Jack Rives, the executive director of the American Bar Association, once said in a speech he was delivering to the Texas Tech School of Law's most recent graduates, "Lawyers tend to be fast learners and able to understand multiple sides of an issue. Those are good traits." He also said, "Leaders are strong advocates." With those traits and a call to serve, imagine the impact a lawyer could make in his everyday community. 1 Corinthians 10:24 says, "Try to do what is good for others, not just what is good for yourself." So we can clearly see lawyers are called, or everyone for that matter, is called to do good within their community in whatever means they can. Another way that lawyers could make a meaningful impact within their community is by being faithful officers of the court. David Blakey once wrote, in Why Good Lawyers Matter, an article he wrote, "A lawyer's first duty, as the code of ethics reminds them, is to represent clients to the best of their ability and to the limits of the law. The Constitution of the United States guarantees equal protection under law for everyone in the country. In the eyes of God, we are all created equally. Thus, not only should a lawyer protect everyone equally and to the fullest extent that they can, but they're actually called to." Another great way lawyers can demonstrate empathy, compassion, and make a meaningful impact within their community is engaging in pro bono work. John Wilson once wrote in an article titled, "Lawyers for God and Neighbor, the Emergence of Law as a Calling. Engaging in pro bono work is an obvious way to answer God's calling." Lawyers can choose to get involved in whatever issue they find most pressing in their community and donate their time and their hard work and efforts to make a meaningful impact within their community, which demonstrates the God-revered traits of empathy and compassion. We've discussed a lot of ways lawyers can make impacts tonight, so allow me a second to summarize some of those details. Lawyers can serve and honor God by becoming leaders within their community and championing human and civil rights issues. They can also serve and honor God by becoming faithful officers of the court and ensuring equal protection under law for everyone that they encounter. One last way that they can demonstrate this is by engaging in pro bono work, which allows them to provide a service that otherwise may not be available to people within their community and allows them to pick something that they're passionate about and dedicate their time in order to make a meaningful impact. So next time someone asks you what comes to mind when you think of a lawyer, I hope you think of a compassionate, empathetic, and faithful servant. Thank you so much. Have a good night.